So we're at BMUP 7.
We are, mate. BMUP 7. Seems like just yesterday it was BMUP 2. It was my first one. I've been to all of them except number 1. It's a very special weekend for me. I live in Tasmania, so it's a great relief for me to get out of the winter and come up here into the eternal summer of North Queensland.
What's your favourite thing about the BMUP?
Well, the people. They treat me like a king and make me feel really wanted and useful. And this festival is just the right size, and I don't like them too big and busy and frantic anymore. I like them small and intimate, and audiences are great. I love the music. Not much I can fault. They get fed really well, looked after, patted. The older you get, the more important it is. One of the greatest pleasures of coming up here is actually being an honorary road tripper and playing in that band, because I think they're really special. And I think it's just a great band. I always have a ball. I really do.
So when did you start music? How did you get into music, Dave?
It's a long story, but about 50 years ago, I was just a schoolboy that was in the late 60s, early 70s, who just got fascinated with rock and roll. I saw Led Zeppelin play I saw Deep Purple and Free and Manfred Mann about 1970, 71 in Melbourne, and I never really recovered. And Zeppelin and the Rolling Stones in 1973, and that was it. It was all over. I just wanted to play rock and roll, yeah.
Gave you a taste for it?
Yeah. And, I've done all kinds of things, not just rock and roll, but I always come back to the blues at the end of the day. For some reason I just keep coming back to it. It's what fascinates me most.
Yeah, you've done quite a bit of touring around Australia.
Around the world too, for that. Yeah.
Yeah, wow. So what's some of that? What have you done there?
Well, I was in a band called Weddings, Parties, Anything for a while, and we played every other pub in Australia, I think, in 3 or 4 years I was with them. And we went to the States and the UK, Canada. And then I played with Archie Roach for 10 years as a guitar player. And we went all over Australia and Europe and Asia. Went to New York, and that was great. That was a great time playing with Archie. It was pretty special. But I also toured a lot on my own and with my own little bands. I've done 10 solo albums. I've been busy. I really have. I promise. I haven't just been sitting around, doing nothing. I have a family now, though, so I can't do so much as I used to. And I'm a bit tired of it. So. I tire out a bit easier than I used to. I've got to take it easy a bit more.
So what's up? What's your plans for the future? You going to be more Black Mountains, you reckon?
Well, I hope for as long as it continues, I can keep coming back up here and playing. Yeah, I mean that would be great. I'd just take it 1 year at a time now. But yeah, I mean, as my kids get older, me and my wife work together. Her name's Tiffany Eckhardt, and so we're hoping as the kids get older we can get out and do a bit more music. She's just done another solo album too that's really pretty special. So yeah, it's just we just put the kids first right now, but not for too much longer.
I've really enjoyed your music together, you guys, and there's some really nice moments of you guys playing together.
Yeah, it's kind of special playing with your partner. It's challenging sometimes, but it's also really like the bond is really strong. So you really read each other's minds. So yeah, it's fun. Mostly fun.
A good challenge.
Yeah. Well, it's really. Yeah, it's a good thing to do. If you're kind of stuck with each other for whatever reason, then you play together. It really strengthens the bond. It puts it on another level, so that the day-to-day shit doesn't get in the way so much. You can still have screaming fights and stuff like married couples do, but there's a bottom line underneath it all. We could. In fact, we've done this. We've had some serious arguments and then got up on stage and done a brilliant gig. So we know we're transparent to each other. So it's a process. Wouldn't recommend it to everyone.
So like
But
when
my
you
wife's
have,
kind of special, you know.
yeah, it's true. It's like makeup love. You got makeup music.
Yeah, well, not exactly, but it's because that's the bottom line, really. When you're reminded of that, the other stuff doesn't really seem that important, actually. Whether you did the dishes or fed the dogs or whatever the fuck you didn't do this time, you know, doesn't really matter so much because you've got this thing going on that doesn't seem to be it's sort of untouchable. Yeah.
Well, it's good to see you back here again, and I hope to see
Great
you
to
again
be
at Wintermoon too, with you and Tiffany
Yeah,
sometime
well,
too.
ticket went up last year. So we tend to go either or at the moment because we have a little farm and lots of animals to look after and children and stuff. So we can't both be away for very long. But in the foreseeable future, we will be able to. So just got to get my daughter through year 12.
Yes.
Without a fatal accident or something of some kind, and it'll be all good.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
All right. Great to hear music and hear you soon on stage.
You will, man. You will, man. I better get this thing in tune now. So
Cheers,
nice
Dave.
to talk to you.
You too, Dave.